You might say our next guest is an up-and-coming superstar. But when you have TV shows like Power, Nurse Jackie, The Bobby Brown Story, The Orange is the New Black, when you have those already under your belt, there's nothing up-and-coming about her. She's already here.
That's right. So please welcome veteran TV star Donshea Hopkins to our show. Amazing, right? She's
Some
a veteran,
resume, right?
So how did your acting career begin? Tell us.
Okay, so I started talking really early. I started talking at 9 months old. And I would like point to the TV a lot and say like, I wanted to do that. Of course, not at 9 months, I was saying I wanted to do that. But you know, I was like letting my mom know. And then at 3 years old, we have this tradition, which we still do to this day, whereas like we tell each other our goals and aspirations for the new year as the ball is like dropping and coming down.
Right.
And so I said, Mom, I really want to be on TV. How come you don't want me to be on TV? And she was like, huh? She started crying. She was like, it's not that. It's just I don't really know what to do. And she's like, but you know what? Your birthday's in a couple months. When you turn 4 years old, she was like, I'll put you into it. I'll do my research and I'll see how you like it. And she told me, remember this, like from day one, she was like, it's not a game, this is work. She was like, you're not here to make friends, but I do have some really awesome friends now.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
but she was like,
listen,
this is like work. And that's,
I don't have any kids, but if my 3-year-old turned to me and said, Mama, why don't you want me on TV? I'd be like, why don't you go sit down somewhere?
Yeah, because it's a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a dream, but you don't want to discourage a dream.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, there's real life, right? Because it's very, very hard.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
that's great that your mom was just like, I don't know. I think that's a case with a lot of parents.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. So what was your big break? You know, you're talking at 3, man. Like
Right.
you're saying, like, this is what I want to do. What happened?
So at 4 years old, like this wasn't my big break, but I started in Sesame Street. That was the first show I was on. And
That's
that was
pretty darn big, man.
Yeah.
That's still on my bucket list.
And that was
I'm 41.
And that was the show I wanted to do at the time. So that was like my ultimate dream. And I
That's
worked with them
great.
until I was 8.5. But my big break, as you all know, is Power.
Got it.
So yeah, and that's how
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you mentioned Power. You played Raina on that show, right?
Yeah.
And your character was murdered for sticking up for her brother
Yes.
on the show, right? But what was weird is a lot of people were really mad that you got killed off,
People
right?
were really, really mad. Like, the reactions were crazy. Like, when that happened, I was just like, wait, what is going on? My phone was, like, blowing up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that episode aired today. And so,
Right. Yeah. Oh, that thing.
yeah. And I was
Crazy
like, okay,
thing.
well, let me see the responses.
Yeah.
And it was, like, really crazy. Like, one lady said she threw, the craziest response was this lady threw her phone at her TV, broke her phone, and broke her TV. And
Right. You know, adults do things like that sometimes.
That's
Doesn't
like-
make a lot of sense.
Right? It's like, hey, it's a TV show. It's not
Now
real
she
life.
can't
okay?
use her phone or her TV.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you're a kid in Hollywood. You know, what's it like being a child star?
It's really like fun. It's just like how I imagine. I'm probably more than I imagine because like it's like everyone thinks it's just like the glitz and the glam, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You're not just like on a camera like
Right.
saying your lines. You have to
Right.
put in. You have to be dedicated and you have to put in a lot of hard work and you really have to love it because if you don't love it, it's just like you're just there. So I
You can't
really
do it if you don't
Yeah,
love
you
it,
can't do
right?
it if you don't love
Absolutely.
it. And
Gotta love
I
it.
love it.
I'm guessing you had some idols growing up. Have you
Yeah.
met any of your Hollywood idols?
I did at the Power season 2 premiere. I met Raven Simone. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow,
I love
cool.
her so
She's so
much.
great.
Oh my God, I love her too.
Whatever. I love Raiden.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, listen, I
All
brought
of
my
a sudden,
kids to
I
watch
turned
that.
into a 17-year-old. Oh my God, I love Raven.
And so, like, that's what Raven was, like, my favorite show when I
Yeah.
was younger. And so I told her, and she's like, oh, you're awesome. And I'm like, wait, she really knows who I am. And
That's
she's like, you're,
great.
like, doing a great job on the show. And she's like, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you and just
Yeah.
keep going for it.
Now you're starring in the Netflix acclaimed series Orange is the New Black,
Yeah.
right? And that show is very serious.
It is.
Has a lot of very serious themes. So when you're there on the set, I mean, are the actors all the time, are they serious? So when they break, is everyone just like having fun goofing around? What's that like?
They're not very serious. So, so I play, for those of you that don't know, I play Monica Hayes, Black Cindy's daughter, Adrian Seymour's character, and she is amazing. And I actually was on Orange before I was on Power. So I met her when I was like 10 in season 2 when they introduced my character and her character. And so like she was just really like fun. I think I was more serious than her when I first met her because I'm so used to going on set and sometimes like, you know, some actors don't want to be bothered. So you're just like, all right, I'm going to stay in my own
And
little
some of them
world.
are method actors.
Yes, some
so
of them
once
are
they
method
go
actors.
in,
Sure.
they don't come out.
Yes, and she was
I've experienced that.
Yes, and she was like the first, like, she was like really vibing, and she was like, hey, what's up, girl? And I'm like,
That's
oh,
funny.
okay. Like, she was just knocking on my trail. I was like, who is this? I'm like, oh, hey. And so, like,
Nice.
at 10 years old, to just kind of like be, like, just to have fun and be a kid on set,
Yeah.
that was
Right.
awesome. And she would just like did not shy away from that. She was like, let's just have fun, let's jam out, let's just do our thing.
You
So
are
cool.
so easy to talk
Right.
to.
Thank
like we could sit
you.
up and kiki all night.
I know.
Like
Yeah.
we really could. It's so
Yeah.
great.
And you know what's really great about her? You do a lot of community service besides,
do.
right? So forget the fact that she's a big star, do all this crazy
Yeah.
success. You still take the time to give back to the community. Tell us
I
what
do.
that's like.
So yeah, I do a lot of charity and community work. I work with March of Dimes because I was born premature,
Yeah.
and that's to raise money to help research for premature babies, and it helps with medical costs too for parents who have premature babies. But aside from that, I also do a holiday concert. This will be our third annual year doing it. It's called the Don J and Friends Holiday Concert,
Okay.
and it's a free concert. And the reason I started that is because, again, volunteering is what led me to that.
Sure.
So I volunteer at my cousin's school, and I noticed a lot of the kids in the class, like just from hearing their conversations, and they were talking about how they got sent from home from school the other day, and because their clothes were dirty, and I found out that a lot of them lived in shelters. So again, they don't have access to
Right.
private washing machines and dryers, so they can't clean their clothes all the
Right.
time. And instead of a principal or a teacher saying, hey, like, I'll buy you a new uniform, or I'll wash your uniform, they would just send them home, and I thought that was really cruel.
Yeah. Right.
And then from hearing like the kids' conversations, a lot of them were saying, oh, I think the holidays are right around the corner at the time. And they were like, oh, I don't think Santa Claus is going to come to my house this year. Sometimes he just forgets my house. And I was like, whoa.
Wow.
I didn't, like, at 5 and 6 years old, I'm like, why are they even talking about this? Like, I'm 17 and I still believe in Santa Claus. Like, I'm just saying that. But so I was like, this is insane. I have to do something. So I went to my mom, and I like could not sleep, and I had to work like after the next day. And I was like, no, we need to do something. So we started the holiday concert, and basically it's a free concert. Everyone is welcome. And your ticket to get in is you have to bring a donation. So you bring like a can of food or toiletries or an article of clothing.
Right.
And at the end of the night, we gather and count all of our things, all the donations we got. And we also have sponsors too that donate.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And so we donate to the local shelters in Brooklyn. Last year we had over 33,000 in donations.
That's
And our first year we had like 70,000.
This is a silly question because you've achieved so much.
So much.
What is your like ultimate goal? What else is there that you
What
want
are
to
you
do?
aspiring to do?
Yeah, yeah.
There's so much more. Like, I have a production company called Team Donshea
course she
Productions.
does.
And I'm planning I write scripts as well. So
Of course.
yeah, so I got
Yeah.
some movies and some TV shows and other people as well. And basically with my production company, I want to bring underrepresented people and their stories to life and on screen. So that's what my ultimate goal is.
And you know what?
Donshea, thank you so much
Thank you
for
so much
being
for
on
having
our
me.
show and being a diva.
Yeah.
You are so diva-licious. We wish you all the success in the world, and we look forward to hearing and seeing what you're going to be doing next. I mean,
Thank
you are not going anywhere
No,
anytime
not
soon.
at all.
There's more. You're going up, up, and up, and up.
Up and
Thank
up.
you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. Thank
All right.
you.
Don't go away, folks. There's a lot more Dr. and Diva coming up right after this.